Picture this, a chilly morning in Seattle, 1971. The smell of freshly roasted coffee beans wafts through the air of Pike Place Market, where a small coffee shop is about to change the way the world drinks coffee forever. That shop was the very first Starbucks, but here's what most people don't know. It wasn't actually started by Howard Schultz. Three coffee-loving friends, Jerry Baldwin, Zev Siegel, and Gordon Bowker, were the original founders. They were inspired by Alfred Peet, a coffee roasting pioneer who had mentored them in the art of dark roasted coffee. But why Seattle? Well, this rainy city had already developed a coffee culture all its own. The gloomy weather and maritime industry created the perfect storm, pun intended, for a coffee-obsessed community. Sailors and dock workers needed their caffeine fix to stay warm and alert during those long, wet days on the waterfront. The name Starbucks? That's another fascinating piece of the puzzle. Inspired by the classic novel Moby Dick, they wanted something that captured the seafaring history of Seattle. They initially considered naming it Pequod after Captain Ahab's ship, but settled on Starbucks after the first mate in the story. The original store didn't even sell brewed coffee. Can you believe that? They only sold whole beans, tea, and spices. It wasn't until Howard Schultz joined the company in 1982 and took a trip to Italy that the Starbucks we know today began to take shape. He fell in love with the Italian espresso bar culture and wanted to bring that experience to America. When Schultz couldn't convince the original owners to adopt his vision of a coffee bar culture, he started his own company, Il Giornale. 2 years later, in 1987, the original owners decided to sell Starbucks to Schultz for $3.8 million. Talk about a twist of fate. The original Pike Place store still stands today, preserved in its vintage glory. While the rest of the chain has modernized, this location maintains its original hardwood floors, countertops, and signage. It's like stepping into a time machine, back to when Seattle's coffee revolution was just beginning. From that single store in Seattle's historic market, Starbucks has grown to over 33,000 stores worldwide. But at its heart, it's still that cozy Seattle coffee shop, born from the city's rainy days and coffee-loving soul, reminding us that sometimes the biggest global phenomena start with something as simple as a perfect cup of coffee.